Hey, what's going on, guys? Today's video is going to be a run specific warm-up that doubles as a really good mobility session to use. So, when you're running, when you're getting warmed up to run, there's a couple of key factors. Leg movement, obviously, calves to absorb impact, glutes to keep things stable, and then core to keep everything aligned. That's what this is going to be. It's going to be a timer running in the background. It'll take about 15 minutes or so to go through the entire sequence. We're doing 2 rounds, you just follow along as I do it. You're going to need somewhere for a little bit of space. So I'm going to use the wall here to get my leg swings done. You can use a door frame, banisters in your hallway, whatever. We're going to use 30 seconds of work, 5-second break, and we're just going to continue to rotate through. So there's a little bit of a kind of cardio aspect to it as well. So without further ado, I'm going to start the timer. It's going to start in about 20 seconds. We're going to do 2 different variations of leg swings. Maybe it won't start, who knows? There we go. Okay, so in 19 seconds, we're going to get going. We're going to go for leg swings to a high knee hold, into some reverse lunges, some calf raises, and other bits and pieces. So they're going to be very run specific. So starting in 15 seconds, we're just going to go each side, obviously. So starting off with 30 seconds of leg swings. Just try to keep everything nice and tight here, not overextending, not overreaching. So keeping your abs engaged and just letting your legs come through nice and smooth. This is just a really nice warm-up for any kind of workout as well. And because it's only 15 minutes long, it takes kind of you through all the major ranges of motion in your body. It's a really good way to get started before training. So, straight away, immediately change over, and we're back in. And we're going to go side to side leg swings next. So I'm going to face the wall, just because I'll probably fall over otherwise. You notice as the rounds are on, I get a little bit more range of motion. I'm not trying to force anything, just try to move nice and smoothly the entire time. Remember, you're just waking your body up and just getting things moving nice and smoothly. So, next up onto the wall, and then we're going 30 seconds, side to side. And now obviously we're going to change to the other side. Keep going, you've got 5 seconds left. After that, we're going to go to a split stance. And we're going to do some calf raises. So the timer goes, you're going to go from here and pop up onto the calf. So pop up, back down. Pop up, back down. Pop up, back down. And we're there for 30 seconds. These weightlifting shoes aren't great to do them because they're so rigid. You're much better off if you can doing this in your bare feet. And again, after 30 seconds, obviously we're going to change sides. Okay, turn around. I like to have a bit of support all the way through, just so I'm not thinking about the balance side of things. I'd rather just focus on getting the movement right, yeah? After that, we're going to go to a single leg variation of this that focuses on holding your hip in position. So you're getting a bit of a hip stretch here as well, while taking your calves through a little bit of activation and a little bit of range of motion. Okay, so next bit, the knee comes up, you're going to hold it here and come up onto your calf, back down, calf, back down, calf, back down for 30 seconds. One of the biggest problems people have when it comes to hip strength is the hip flexion so it just isn't strong enough to hold the knee in position here, or to pull it up, so they end up relying on the wrong muscles. So by holding this here, so you come through a bit of movement with the calf, it becomes quite a specific and a good way to get prep to go. We're going to change sides. Now you could do this on a step and get a little bit of extra range of motion through the calf if you wanted. I'm happy enough just to do it on the flat foot today, just to show you what's going on. After that, we're going to move into some reverse lunges. Just 30 seconds total. Again, this is really just getting the body prepped and getting the body moving. It's not designed to be a workout. So I do have my heart rate monitor on, just to see what sort of effect it's going to give. Try to make sure your knee stays above your hip at all times. Okay, from there it's just 30 seconds of reverse lunges. Switching each side. Again, you know, hands on head. If you want to focus on staying a bit more upright and a little bit more tall. And then we're just going to go into 30 seconds of squats after we get the reverse lunges done. Cool. So, up next, squats. Standard, all the way down, all the way up. Full range of motion body weight squats. I'm not trying to force speed or pace. We're just trying to make sure you get into a good range of motion. All the way down each time. All the way back up each time. Once we get that done, we're going to look at some standing glute work. You can do it lying down if you want. I started doing it standing up because it was a little bit quicker and it flowed a little bit easier. So we're going to go another 5 seconds, keep going. Then you're going to get back into your wall, stand up tall, your leg comes back a little bit, then it's going to go to the side. So basically, back, side, trying to stay square and make sure you don't have anything out of line. You feel your glute medius and glute max doing a lot of work while you're doing this, you're laughing. You're not trying to get the biggest range of motion possible, you're just looking to squeeze your bum, bring the leg up as far as you can while getting maximum glute activation. So deep sides. Again, square on, leg comes back a little bit, and then comes out to the side. Only to the point where you feel like your glute can no longer drive the movement. You know, if you've done ballet in your youth, your legs are really going to go a lot higher than mine. Depending on the hip construction, it may change, but for now, all we're looking to do is get maximum glute activation, so it feels like it's doing all of the work. That's one thing. Now we're going to go to the plank. High plank off the hands or off the elbows, whichever you prefer. So into plank, ass on, legs on, abs on, neck nice and neutral. And we're just going to hold there for 30 seconds. Continue to breathe the entire way through. We're going to transition to side plank after that. When you transition to side plank, you can either have the feet split in front or stacked on top, whichever you prefer. I prefer feet on top because it's a little bit more challenging. But from there, everything nice and square. Hips turn through nice and tight. Shoulder back. And we're just looking to hold for 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, you're going to take 5 seconds to rotate around to the opposite side. I'm going to show you exactly how I do it if I was doing it normally. So I just go plank as a short break and then continue to rotate all the way around into opposite side of plank. That's one round done. We're going straight back into leg swings. You're going to start up tall and we go off So try to force the leg through a little bit further this time, but you're still trying to stay nice and loose and nice and fluid. You got 20 more seconds there. Keep going. I'm just going to pop the top off. This is Scott by the one. So another 10 seconds. Continue to just move through nice and smooth, not forcing anything, just letting momentum and intention take you through. Changing sides, and again, 30 seconds. Off you go. Try to keep like the leg relatively straight. It doesn't have to be dead straight. Small bend in the knee is okay. And again, making sure not to over arch on the way back. Keeping the chest nice and tall, letting the hip and leg swing back before coming through. And then onto the side. And then changing to the opposite side. And then we're back into that split stance calf raise, all the way down, and then we're up, flex, drop, flex, drop. As you come down, try to squeeze the back bone, which will stretch out the hip a little bit more. If you're comfortable, go hands off, and try to bring that added level of stability into the equation. If you're not, don't worry, put your hand on something or have, a sweeping push here to hold you steady. And we're going to change sides. Again, as you drop, squeeze, 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 and recover. Ideal world, you do without holding on, but if you have to hold on, that's totally fine. So, knee comes up, lift, recover, lift, recover. Same idea. If you go hands off, try and go hands off. If you can't, don't worry too much about it. More important you go through range of motion, more important you get the relevant muscles warmed up than it is you work on your balance. Again, knee staying higher than hip at all times. Abs on, not leaning back. Switching sides. Yeah, this is all about posture and holding the right positions. And if that means you use external stimuli to start to train these muscles, that's totally fine. As you get more comfortable, you can just go through without anything. Or not. In the above hip. And down. Okay. 30 seconds of reverse lunges. Some squats and some glutes. And then we're almost there. So I think this ends up taking in or around 15 to 20 minutes by the time you go through everything. But you get a bit of a heart rate bump. Your entire lower body and core has got a really good warm up. And you should be good to get stuck into a nice running workout or whatever strength work it is for today. With regards to the running work, if you're just kicking off on some sort of slow, easy jog, with squats next, or tempo run, it's pretty much probably all you really need to do from a warm-up perspective. If you're doing something that's a little bit more speed-based, like some quick intervals, you might want to take an easy jog, rock into some strides, and get there before you start heading off on your full workout. Just to get that leg turnover going, and to get the running specificity kind of sorted and off to the races. All the way down, all the way up. Last one, glutes next. Square on, leg comes back, and off we go. The intention is way more important than the range of motion. Making sure the right muscles drive it is key. It's not about how far you can move them, it's about how far you can move them under control. And that means for the sort of activation work, doing things slowly and not trying to force it. The leg swings at the start are about moving through range of motion. The glute abduction here, or abduction, is about getting the right muscles to do the right work. Plank, 2 side planks to go, and then we're on with the day. So it takes what? I think that'll be 17 minutes or thereabouts. Okay, back to plank and then side plank. Remember, quads on, abs on, glutes on. Try and suck your belly button to your chin, or think about your belt buckle. You're trying to pull that towards your belly button. Pushing the floor away, not letting the shoulders drop aside. And then rotating to that first side plank. Feet stacked preferably, and you're going to hang for 30 seconds before rotating around to the other side and being completely finished at that point, or ready to start your workout, depending on how you think about it. And there we go, moving around nice and smoothly. That's the side plank. And look, you can fiddle about the hand in the sky with the leg up. There's 100 ways to make this harder, but just go with whatever's relevant to you right now. Something that's challenging, but doable. It's only a warm up or pre-nap, whatever. Okay, and just like that, 18 minutes later, you're ready to go run.